Welcome back to a new video. So we are currently 3-2. We are in our series against the Pirates. I believe we won the last game, but lost the first game of the series, or maybe we've lost 2 in a row. I think that is actually true. I think we have won the first 3 against the Rockies and then lost the last 2. Chandler Simpson is on a historic pace. He has 13 stolen bases already. Let's see if we can actually catch a dub here. So moving into the first inning, we got Shane McCallahan, however you say his name. He is back in, starting out on a good note. So no outs here. I always want to try for a bunt for a base hit. We're going to go ahead and see what happens. So he misses the bunt. We're going to give him another chance. See if he does it. So he actually gets the bunt there, and did not look like he was going to be safe with where that bunt went, but he's just going to manufacture a run all by himself. All right, it's 2-0. We're going to go ahead and take the pitch. 2-1. Go ahead and swing away. It's a fly out there. And does he actually tag? Nope, doesn't actually tag. Let's see if he actually does steal third. He does. So his historic pace of steals continues. He's up to 15. And we actually get a base hit there. So we just needed some sort of contact to the outfield. But now we have our first run. And he hits a batter. Charge the mound. We should get more guys suspended. So now we have 2 guys on. 1 out. And it looks like he's going to strike out looking. So with 2 outs here, Christopher Morel is up. And he is going to strike out as well. We do get a run, 2 hits across, and Chandler Simpson gets a couple more stolen bases. So we're going to hopefully continue to have some good pitching going on for us. And it looks like we are going to get through 2 innings without anyone getting aboard. Jose is up, but he is surely going to strike out, as we see there. And it looks like Johnny DeLuca is also striking out. So we are out to our last hitter of the order, Dominic Keegan, and see if he can do anything, and it does not look like he is. He does make contact though, so moving in the right direction as far as that goes. Gets the first out here, so far Shane is dealing. He gets through another inning, nothing happening for the Pittsburgh Pirates, so we're gonna go ahead and just let him swing away. He unfortunately grounds out. Hits it a little too hard. He needs to lower that velocity on that so he can actually get to first. Jonathan Aranda is up, and it looks like he is also going to ground out there. So 2 outs here with Yandy Diaz up, and it looks like he is also going to be out. Strikes out there. So 2 ground outs and a strikeout. Shane McClanahan is McClanahan, I guess that would be how you say his name. I'm going to really struggle at saying his name as long as he's on our team. But as long as he's throwing well, it looks like that's going to be the first guy of base that they do have via a walk. And it looks like he just comes back and gets a second out that inning. Their first base hit of the game. Andrew McCutcheon is up, and it looks like he is going to work out of that jam. Yep, it looks like he is going to work out of that jam. And moving on to the next inning. So we still have a 1-0 lead. And it looks like Josh Lowe is going to start out the inning with a walk here. We have Brandon Lowe up. We're going to go ahead and try to get something going with a steal. It looks like he's too afraid to steal. We're going to go ahead and take another pitch. It's 2-0. We'll take another pitch there. It is 2-1. We're going to try to do a hit and run. And unfortunately, that is a foul ball. So we're just going to let him swing away. And it looks like that is going to sneak through there for a base hit. So we have 2 guys on base, no outs. Christopher Morel is up. His bunting is pretty decent, but I kind of really, we'll see what happens. So it looks like he flies out there, unfortunate for him. So does not get the bunt down, does not do his job. Really difficult for, I guess, it's really difficult to do bunts in this game. I say that as Chandler Simpson got a bunt base hit at the beginning of the game, but it's just weird. Like, sacrifice bunts are really difficult. It looks like that might be a sacrifice fly. So then we are moving ahead 2-0. So that part we do like to see. So Jose's on first with good speed. So of course we're going to be stealing second base with that. No throw from the catcher with there. Dominic is going to hopefully not strike out, which he does do. So up into the 5th inning, 4 innings for Shane with 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, and now 2 base hits. So see if he can work out of this minimal jam It looks like he walks his second batter of the game. He strikes out another batter, and he works himself out of this inning. So not a perfect game or anything like that. We do have Chandler Simpson back up. He's just going to go ahead and swing away, and it looks like he is going to ground out there for the first out of the inning. Moving on to our second batter, Jonathan Aranda. He is going to hit a solo home run. So he pulls it over and into left field, out of the stadium. Just looks like just barely. So yeah, 96 miles an hour. That meant it was barely out. Yandy Diaz has a 474 average, which is kind of crazy high. So he is going to hopefully do. Oh no, he is going to strike out. So moving on to Josh Lowe, who's batting 188 on the year. So certainly struggling. But it looks like that struggle might be coming to an end, at least temporarily, with a home run there, which I believe that was his first home run of the year. So 2 home runs this inning, so you'd love to see it. And it looks like we are going to be stuck there at 4-0. Shane is at 79 pitches. We're going to hope that he gets through this inning at least. It looks like he is actually cruising here, so nothing going on for them that inning. And we're just going to be swinging away. So Christopher Morel gets up. Looks like he is going to be walked with only 50 speed. We're going to go ahead and just swing away and see if Jose can do something. And looks like he's going to pop out to the catcher. Johnny DeLuca is up, and he is going to pop out to right field. So that makes it 2 outs for us. Dominic is back up. He's 0 for 2 on the day. And it looks like he is going to be 0 for 3 on the day. So leadoff walk, but then nothing happening after there. So Shane actually had a 3-pitch inning last game. He had started the inning with 79 and ended with 82. So hopefully that means that he's able to get through this inning as well. He's at 92, and he's at probably about 95, close to 100. So we'll see what he's looking like for the next inning. We do start out with a base hit. If we get a couple here, I might consider leaving him in, and Chandler Simpson, of course, has to try to steal second base. He, of course, has to try to steal third base. He's actually a cheat code in this game. So he steals it standing up. So now we have a 2-0 count, 2-1 count. He's going to swing away. Of course, he strikes out swinging. All he has to do is put the ball in play. Yandy Diaz is up, and they intentionally walk him, which is pretty toxic, especially because Josh Lowe hit a home run this last at bat. And it looks like Josh Lowe is going to make them pay for that by hitting a sacrifice fly, putting us up 5-0. Brandon Lowe is up, and it looks like he is going to strike out there, leaving a runner on. So Shane is at 96 pitches. We're going to see what happens if he starts to struggle. So he has an opening walk here, and it looks like a single here. So it looks like that's going to be the end of Shane's day. Kind of hoping that he would get through that inning, a quick inning, but it just wasn't meant to be. So looks like Nick Gonzalez is up. So we are going to look for someone that we want to bring in. So we could bring in Edwin. Obviously, we don't want to bring in a lefty because they have a couple of right-handed hitters up. Shane Bays can come in. Yancy Almadi can come in. So I think we'll probably go with Edwin. 2 guys on base, nobody out. He's going to go ahead and challenge him up. And it looks like it's going to be a pop out there. So we have 1 out here. And I think I was looking at our lineup for right-handed hitters. I don't know what I was looking at, but worked out for us. So now we have 2 outs here, and it looks like they're going to hit a double here, taking Shane's shutout or no runs that he had given up to 2, since both of those are his runners. And we're going to give up yet another run. So now it is a 3-5 game. Unfortunately, Edwin is just really struggling out there, but he does get out of the inning. So it is 5-3 there. We have to hopefully make up a couple of those runs if we can to really extend our lead. Looks like Christopher Morel is not going to do that. Jose is not going to do that. And Johnny DeLuca is also not going to do that. So Edwin really struggled there. Our closer does not have the best stamina right now. A lot of our guys are kind of struggling stamina-wise. And it looks like they have a left, a right, a right, and a right. So we're going to go ahead and bring in Yancey for our closer, and we might have to actually consider bringing up someone from AAA just to have another arm in there. We'll go ahead and pitch around. So that's 1 out. Looks like another 1 guy gets on base, 2 guys gets on base, and it looks like that is actually going to be a double play to end the game. So good news for us, we are able to not be swept after sweeping the Colorado Rockies. I don't know if that's the last game of our series, but it is. Yep, it does look like that is the last game of our series. So we're going to look at our team and see if there is a move that we can bring somebody up from the minors. You see our bullpen has still a 0 ERA, even though Edwin there kind of gave up some runs, although it looks like, oh yeah, his is 3.86, but some of those runs were kind of his fault, even though, you know, there were some guys on base there. But we can look at this team and see if there's anyone that we could potentially bring up. How is his stamina? So we want to look for someone that has some stamina, or has some energy, I should say, that can come up for a game. So Joe Rock might be the dude that comes up for a game. So let's, all right, so we want to bring Joe Rock up. That's what we have to figure out. So Sal, he's only had one at bat. Who can we actually bring down? So let's sort by average. I kind of want to keep Sal up, but we can actually demote him. Probably be better for him anyway, but we can option him around a little bit. And now we can get an extra pitcher on our roster, just so we make sure that we are all good as far as our bullpen goes. 4-2. Now we are playing the Texas Rangers. We're going to have Drew Rasmus up for our pitching pleasure. Looks like their team is pretty good. We might have our hands full with a game like this. We will see. But Chandler Simpson is up. Could try to bunt for a hit, but what we're going to do is just go ahead and just let him swing away. Grounds out there. Jonathan looks like he is going to come back with a single there, so you'd love to see it. He's not really fast. We're not worried about the steals. Yandy Diaz unfortunately strikes out looking. Josh Lowe is up, and he actually hits a 2-run home run. So we heard the bad talk about his batting average, and has come back in back-to-back games with home runs, and his average is all the way up to 276 because it's so early in the season. Brandon Lowe is up, and it looks like he is going to ground out to second base. So we're gonna have to hope that our team starts to do some good stuff here as far as pitching goes. It looks like that's going to be a single there. Looks like it's going to be a catcher interference. That's a unique one. And it looks like, of course, Jack Peterson hits a 3-run home run. So this might be a long game for us. It's a good thing we brought up an extra pitcher, because Joe Rock will be ready for us to come in if we need him to eat some innings for us. And who knows, if he pitches well, then that could mean that he kind of keeps his spot there, and we just keep an extra pitcher on the roster until Sal shows that he is ready to come up to the majors. So we're back in the second inning. We're down a run, even though we scored 2 in the first inning, because unfortunately our pitcher had a bit of a meltdown and gave up a home run. So 2 home runs for both teams, and now it looks like their pitcher is settling down a little bit. We'll see if our guy can also settle down. Looks like he is as well. So 3-2 still. Johnny DeLuca is up. He's going to ground out to the second baseman. With 1 out here, it looks like Chandler Simpson is going to strike out there looking. We're on to Jonathan Rand again. He gets another base hit. So he's 2 for 2 today. 2 base hits. And Yandy Diaz is up. I believe he's 2 base hits. Could be wrong about that. But it looks like that's a pass ball. So he's going to get the second base. So we have a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. But it looks like Yandy Diaz strikes out again. I believe he struck out last at bat as well. So moving into the third inning, a strikeout there looking. He gets a walk. Corey Seager flies out. Jock Peterson got a home run the last time, so we're just going to go ahead and chuck it right at him. I love that you have that option in this game. And of course, it's a 2-run double, so we get punished for that with bad luck there. So unfortunately, Drew is really struggling out there, but that's all right. We have an offense. Unfortunately, it's not picking us up very much, but we do have 2 runs, so you can't really complain too much about that. But we just need some more luck on our side with the bats. But it looks like their pitcher is settling in, and our pitcher is continuing to struggle a little bit. So hopefully he can have a quick inning here. He's at 77 pitches, so it might be his last inning, especially with how much he's been struggling. But it looks like he's able to get out of this inning without giving up a run. He's due to give up another run at this rate. If this is a pattern that's going to continue, he's going to give up a run in the 5th inning. So we'll see if that holds true, because he is going to try to pitch another inning. And then we will bring in Joe Rock. It looks like Jose is going to get a base hit. It seems like he had been cold the last couple of games. His average is still at 292, so still a pretty good average there. Of course, he's going to be stuck trying to... Okay. We're going to go ahead and take another pitch. We're going to go ahead and take another pitch, probably a strike. So that's a very common pattern, 2 balls and a strike. It's kind of weird how that works, but we're going to go ahead and try to do a hit and run. And does not work. We're going to do another hit and run. And it looks like that's just going to be a fly out there. We're going to try to steal second with... Okay, he is being very annoying right now. Just going to let him swing away. Looks like Chandler Simpson is going to hit a base hit, and Jose is going to get to third. If he actually listened to us and stole what we told him to, he might have actually been able to score, but Chandler Simpson gets thrown out at second base. So it's only the second time he's been caught all year. Kind of surprising that that actually worked out for him. So Drew is at 89 pitches. He has really struggled today. We're going to see if he can just get an out. Looks like he does get an out. He's up to 93 pitches. We're going to push our luck and see if he gets another out. He walks a batter. So I believe it is time for Joe Rock to get his major league debut, at least for this current year. So we're going to bring him in, and hopefully he does pretty well. It actually works out. Left-handed pitcher on left-handed pitcher. But we're going to go ahead and hit Jock again because he hit a home run earlier on us. No mercy for him. He's getting hit the rest of the game and the rest of the series. I have the power. He is never, no mercy. All right. Looks like they're going to get another run. Hey, you know what, Joe? You came up. You're going to eat some innings. And if you're going to struggle, you are going to just stay in there. So hopefully he pitches well, because then if he starts to get fatigued, I might take him out. But if he really starts to struggle, we'll just leave him in and have him eat some innings in this game. Looks like Jonathan is going to have his 3rd hit today. And this time it's going to be a double, though. So he makes it all the way to second. We're still down 4. Yandy Diaz, he is 0 for 2 on the day and with 2 strikeouts. And it looks like he decides to change that with getting a base hit. Actually moves guy to 3rd, so very productive at bat there. Josh Lowe is up. Hopefully he can have a productive bat. Nope, strikes out swinging. All he had to do was put the ball in play. It looks like the infield was even playing back, but unfortunately, both guys that were up could not make the correct thing, or could not do the correct thing, and get the guy home. Did all you could, getting a double and then getting the 3rd, but unfortunately, we had 2 guys that did not take advantage of that opportunity. So it looks like Joe Rock has settled down a little bit. We're into our next inning. We open it up with a single here. Hopefully this is the start of a big rally. We certainly do need it, but Danny Jensen is not about that life. So Jose is back up, and it looks like he is going to get doubled up there. Unfortunate for us. We are down 6-2. Corey Seager is up. Corey Seager is no longer up. Doc Peterson is up. We are hitting him once again. How dare you hit a home run earlier? I like how he's not charged the mound. There hasn't been anyone thrown out. We have hit him now 3 times. I love the animation, how it just gets messed up with that. And we're going to go ahead and throw it to him, Marcus Semien. And we get into the top of the 8th inning. Johnny DeLuca is up. He is 0 for 2 on the day. Might just pinch hit for him. So he's in center field. I mean, he's batting 286, so I don't really want to punish him that much. His average is not too bad, but does not matter. He flies out there. Chandler Simpson is up. He gets another single, so he has another hit today. He, of course, is going to be trying to steal second base, because how is this guy with a catcher's arm throwing out the best guy and you're stealing? You're going. There we go. Stealing 3rd too. Ooh, he's scared. So we do get a base hit up the middle. Chandler Simpson is going to score. He's up to, what, 18 stolen bases. So he is at a torrid pace continually, even with getting caught once in this game. And it looks like that is all we are going to get that inning. We have 2 outs. So we still have another opportunity. And it looks like it's going to be a pass ball. So we have a guy in scoring position. We have, well, we need 2 guys. We need 3 runs. but unfortunately we're not going to get any more of that inning. We do get one across there. Joe Rock has been eating some innings, so we do appreciate that. He is showing why we wanted to bring him up. I guess mostly because he just had the energy. We could have brought someone else up, but he was well rested, and it looks like he is showing why he's going to be going back to AAA directly after this game. And really, if he's going to continue to struggle, that is fine with me, because he is just going to stay in and just pitch the rest of this game, whether he gives up 5,000 runs or not. It's still only a 4-run game, but well, he got through this game, so he did a good enough job. But he's going to go right back to AAA, and it looks like we are not going to be able to do much this game. You hate to see it, but unfortunately our pitching kind of let us down. We didn't have too much offense. 3 runs is not the worst thing in the world, but when your pitching gives up 7, it kind of puts you into a big hole, especially when your starting pitcher, who's supposed to be on top of it, really just had a struggling game. So now we want to go back to our pitching. So we took advantage of that, of Joe Rock just eating some innings for us, and we're going to send him back down to AAA. He didn't really show us anything that would tell us that he needs to stay up at the major league level. And then we can, I mean, honestly, it couldn't be bad to bring up a different pitcher if there's someone else that, not Curtis Mead, he's not a pitcher. So Ryan Pipio, he could potentially come back and have another opportunity. So just keep Sal down there. So we've played 2 games. We are 4-3, unfortunately. So we're hopefully win this game against the Rangers, get a little bit more offense if we can. We're going to look at our lineup as well. Our catching, I don't want to look at their lineup. We'll look at our lineup. So Danny Jensen is only batting 100 this year. I mean, he's 0 for 3. I kind of just want to put him in and then just move him all the way down the order. Just get him some more at bats, just because he can't, I mean, batting 100, he can't be doing any worse. And Junior Caminero, only 158. So we do have some guys that are struggling a bit, but our lineup, our extra players are kind of thin because we are holding more pitching. But we need our hitters that are in there to step up and start to produce a little bit more. So Chandler Simpson is up. He is going to fly out for the first out of this game, and it looks like he is also going to get out there. Yandy Diaz is up, and he grounds out to the shortstop for the end of this first inning. Carlos Luna, our free agent signing, is up. We're going to see what he is capable of doing, see if he's able to hold down a spot in the rotation for us. We had a little struggle from Ryan earlier. He was sent down to AAA briefly and brought back up since we just needed that pitching that's there. We're going to hopefully get a big game out of Carlos. We just need him to go deep into this game. I mean, there's no reason to pitch the Jock at this point. And it looks like Carlos is going to give up a base hit up the middle. It does not matter that we hit Jock there. Unfortunately, Carlos is giving up a run, just like we had in the last game. We had some runs given up in the first inning. Only a run, though. And if we can't score a run, we weren't going to win the game anyway. But we are not on a good pace to do that. But Brandon Lowe changes that outlook by hitting a base hit up the middle. 1 out base hit. He has decent speed. We're going to let Junior swing away. And it looks like he is going to ground out for a double play, stifling that little bit of momentum that we are able to get. So Josh Smith is hitting a base hit there. Steals, or a sacrifice bunt with 1 out. That's a little weird, but it looks like that is not going to matter. So they still have 1 run on 3 hits. And Johnny DeLuca, unfortunately, gets out. Did work to a full count. Jose is first pitch swinging and barely hits it. You love to see it. Dominic Keegan is starting for our other catcher who has been struggling, and he is just going to pop out there. He has not had a hit yet this year, but he's only had 4 at-bats, so it's hard to be too hard on him. Carlos gets the first out there, gives up a solo home run to Corey Seager. Jock Peterson is up, so he is going to get drilled in. So it's like the 6th time he's been hit. He charges the mound. It's pretty hilarious. Everyone's here. Let's see what happens if I don't click anything. Everyone's just standing there. Guess we gotta click something. So unfortunately, his night is a bit short. So now we have 2 pitchers that are suspended. That's kind of hilarious. We're gonna look to see who could be potentially here. So Shane Bays can be in here. I mean, we took care of the fact that, so now they have to have a substitution in there for them. So I mean, honestly, like, not the worst thing that could happen. Of course, you know, the bad mojo 4-run. So we might just be getting swept by Texas. We're now in a big struggle bus. So we're down 4 runs. Chandler Simpson is up. He does hit a base hit. So we get someone there. He barely hits base. He basically bunted a base hit. He is so fast. It is insane. Steals second base. We're not going to worry about trying to steal third. We are down 4 runs. So he had to wait to run. I'm still surprised he wouldn't have ran home. But we have Jonathan Randa there. Yandy Diaz struggled the last couple games. He needs to do something. And unfortunately, he is not eating that desire and is popping right out to the second base. Our next guy, unfortunately, is going to get into a fielder's choice, it looks like, but we are able to get off the schneid and get a run there. And unfortunately, our guy gets stuck at second base, stolen, or gets thrown out via trying to steal second base. So we're going to see if we can get some quick innings from our friend here. Can't believe Carlos Luna got thrown out of the game just for hitting. We're going to go ahead and hit this guy too. Really no mercy. Really no mercy. And unfortunately, they hit a double there. So apparently the game is not big fans when you hit players. But I mean, it seems like a good strategy. So Brandon Lowe is up. I mean, it's a good strategy, but if the game punishes you by allowing the next person to get a double, then probably not the best strategy. So who knows if that's something that's coded in. Box, so gets a guy to third. So Junior needs to just put the ball in play, and it looks like he does just that and hits it down the line for a double, cutting the lead slightly down, back from 5 down to 4, and strikes out. Unfortunately, Johnny DeLuca is struggling there a bit. Jose is up, and he grounds out to first, gets the guy over to third, but now there is 2 outs. It's time for Dominic to step up and try to do something, and it looks like he's going to put the ball in play, but not going to do anything with it. So we are down 4 runs. Not good. So Shane Bays is going to try to get through this inning. If we see Corey Seager, he is getting drilled drilled upon first sight. No mercy for that guy. If you hit a home run, then you're just going to get hits. Looks like Shane just needs to come out of the game. He's at the end of his rope as far as stamina goes. We'll just bring in Garrett Clevenger. He's pretty good stamina-wise, or has a good amount of energy. And it looks like we get out of this inning here. So it is the top of the 6th. Chandler Simpson is up, and he strikes out swinging. Unfortunate. He's batting .406 on the year, so I mean, he is just on a torrid pace in general, and you love to see it. But unfortunately wasn't able to do anything in that at bat. Yandy Diaz continues to struggle in his last couple of bats and does a whole lot of nothing there as well. So you don't like to see that. So Wyatt is up. We're going to go ahead and pitch to him. He does hit a single. Evan Carter's up. We're going to go ahead and pitch to him. We do get him out. Corey Seager is up. So we are going to just drill him directly. No mercy for him. And go ahead and just strike out the next guy. Suddenly we find our control back and move on to the next inning. So if you hit a home run against us, you're going to get drilled. That is our MO. Probably an illegal strategy, but one that, fortunately for us, is one that I can't get fired for. So Brandon Lowe is up. He's going to hit a base hit there. Sneaks past the second baseman. You love to see it. Junior is back up, and he's going to ground out in the fielder's choice. The guy in scoring position with 2 outs. Johnny DeLuca is up with his 0 for 2 day. Let's see if he's able to do something. He is not able to do so. So we're getting close to having about the same amount of runs as we had last game. An error on the first play, and it looks like he is going to be caught stealing the third. A very unique thing by the AI to decide to steal third. You don't see that too much, but it looks like he is able to get the next out. He hits another batter. We can't afford you to just be randomly hitting people. It has to be purely by design. And it looks like he walks the next guy. You just need to get an out here, and he does get out of this inning. Jose is up. He is 0 for 2 on the day, but he does get a single, so he is 1 for 3 on the day. Although, I guess that is an infield hit. I thought that was going to have to be an error. Dominic is up. He is 0 for 5 on the year. We'll see if Jose can actually steal second, so that is good. We're going to try to bunt him. Unfortunately, he misses the bunt, and he does actually get it to the outfield, so he does exactly what he needed to do there and move the guy to third. Chandler Simpson is up. I kind of want to bunt, but he has a hit today. We're going to allow him to swing away, and he is going to ground out to the shortstop, but he does get the runner to score, so we're cutting down the deficit to 3. We just need a little bit more action than that. We're just not getting enough. We're going to end up with 3 like we did before. So Garrett is out of stamina. We're going to put in... do we have any more lefties? We don't. So we're going to give Ryan a chance to make up for his previous errors in the world. Corey Seager is up. He's getting drilled. You don't get to hit home runs. We get 2 outs. I do like how the game awarded us when we hit the one guy where he got ejected and all we had to do was just get a new pitcher. So kind of funny to me. Yandy Diaz, he is 0 for 3. I believe he is at least 0 for 6 for the series, but he ends that little bit of a slump with a base hit there to lead off the top of the 9th here. Josh Lowe is ready to go, and he unfortunately is not actually ready to go. He rolls into a double play, so it looks like that is going to be close to the end of the game, but Brandon Lowe gets a double there, so he's starting to heat up quite a bit. So let's see if Junior is able to keep the game alive. He unfortunately does not with it pop out to right field. So we have lost 2 games in a row. We are trying to avoid the sweep here. Carlos Luna has been suspended for 6 games. Yeah, I hate to see it, but you know, at the same time, you love to see it. You love to see him just out there competing, not letting guys give him any craps. Yeah, 3-6, 3-7, so almost the same exact score. We need to win this game so we don't go below 500. This will be the last game I play in this video. It's not going well for us. We're just going to let the AI lineup exist. I mean, it is my lineup, but if you allow the AI to generate the depth charts, then it will cycle players through naturally through the game. So it won't always be the same lineup. I guess you could go through and set all of those up, but that's a little bit too much work for me. So Chandler Simpson comes to the plate and he starts out the game with an out. Jonathan is up, and unfortunately he grounds out there. Yandy Diaz is up as well, and unfortunately he strikes out there. So we have Taj Bradley that is up. He needs to start dealing. He's only 24 years old. He's had a pretty good 2 starts of the year, but we're going to see if he is able to work around what he needs to do. So Evan Carter gets walked, 2 outs. Corey Seager's up. We're not pitching to Corey Seager. 5th time this season. I believe it was the 5th time in like 2 games. So we have no mercy. And it looks like, of course, they score again in the 1st inning via a walk. So you love to see it. So the game does actually punish you when you intentionally hit people. It seems like that's pretty obvious at this point. I think every single time I've intentionally hit someone, they've scored directly after. But at the same time, it's only 1 run, so it might be worth it. Might still be worth it. So 1 out here for us. 3-2 count. Ground out to the shortstop. Hate to see it. Christopher Morel, he is going to get out as well. So moving into the next inning, we get the leadoff guy out. 2 outs in a row. And now he has walked 4 people. I guess a hit batter counts as a walk a little bit. Not really. So Danny Jansen is up. See if he's able to do something. He is. He's able to hit a double. So he saw the disrespect in the last game when we put in the backup catcher because he wasn't performing. Jose is up. His sack bunt is at 65. So we're going to see if it actually works. No. So 65 means that he should just be able to bunt, and no. So like, even though his bunt was high enough for it to be really easy to be successful, the game just does not like sacrifice bunts. It is really not good for that sort of thing. For whatever reason, like, it's not, if it's a sacrifice bunt, it is not actually that difficult to do, and you see professional players able to do that on a consistent basis. Taj Bradley has 4 walks and 6 strikeouts, which is kind of crazy. Looks like 2 hits right here, so 2 guys on base. He does get a fly out here. He does get a 2nd out here with the runner moving to 3rd, and he is able to get out of that inning there. So he's settling down a little bit. Jonathan is up, and he is going to get out here. We only have 1 hit today. It looks like they're going to have an error there. So Yandy Diaz is going to reach on the error by, it looks like, the first baseman, although the camera angle wildly swung. But it looks like now we have something working. So Josh Lowe gets in. He has been on a tear the last couple of games. Basically, since I called him out for having a low average, he has basically had a hit every single time since that point. So his average is still pretty. I guess we have 2 lows in a row. Maybe I'm just gaslighting myself. And I mean, he is batting better. His average was like 130, so he has hit a little bit better. But I guess there's 2 lefties, both with low, and I'm thinking that they're the same person. But it looks like we hit another double there, base clearing double. So we take the 1-run lead with 2 runs there. So Brandon Lowe has been mashing. So yeah, I think with his average, it shows that he's been mashing. Christopher Morel mashes it to left field, hits a home run, 4-1 right now. Danny Jansen is back up. Last time he had a double. This time he reaches on the air by the shortstop. Although the animation made it look like it was the first baseman. And if it was a diving play, that wouldn't be an error. But I'm not gonna worry about that. Danny Jansen gets a second on the passed ball or wild pitch, who knows, and we're going to see if he does not. We'll see if Danny Jansen is able to score from second base, and he is not. But we do score 4 runs this inning, so a bit of an offensive explosion, and we get 1 out there, 2 outs there, and we get 3 outs there. So our Taj Bradley is dealing now. Chandler Simpson is up. He is going to ground out here there. Unfortunate. Jonathan Randa also grounds out. Yandy Diaz is up, and he is going to strike out. He strikes out quite a bit. Taj Bradley is up. He's at 76 pitches. So we're going to hope that he quite easily gets through this inning. He gives up a double there. Walks another guy. So 5 walks today. Strikes out. He has 7 strikes out. Walks another guy. And does get out of the inning. So he is walking a ton of people. Oh, they scored 2 runs. I thought we were out of that inning, and he gives up even more runs. Now, guess what, Taj? You're getting out of this inning, whether you want to or not. So we are moving into the next inning. Unfortunate for us. Wow, Taj is still... I thought the inning was over. Oh, my goodness. You are staying... Now I'm just being stubborn. He's just staying in until he gets his last out. So he threw a ton of pitches, but it doesn't matter. He doesn't get rewarded for pitching poorly. He needs to stay in and learn how to throw better. So we get a leadoff base hit there. He steals second base. We love to see that happen. A little bit of small ball action. Of course, we strike out looking. Christopher Morel hit a home run the last time, but he's going to strike out as well. So I guess that steal just doesn't matter when you have everyone that is just striking and getting out. So we got someone on second base with no outs, but unfortunately our team was not able to get it going. So he's up to 114 pitches. Like I said, he doesn't get rewarded for pitching poorly, so he stayed in there just to kind of spite himself because he pitched so poorly. If you're going to give up all those runs, you're going to get yourself out of that jam. So we're going to just bring in Yancey in. He gets 1 out, gives up a double. He gets 2 outs, and he gets out of that inning. So we've had 1 big inning. They've had 1 big inning, plus the inning in the beginning has been mostly the difference. So Jose is up. He's going to ground out there. Our next guy is going to get out as well. Chandler's up. He's going to try to bunt for a hit. He bunts foul, unfortunately, but he does come back with a normal swing and hits it up the middle for a base hit. He is going to steal second. He is going to steal third. He is a maniac. He is up to 21 stolen bases. And Jonathan is going to, I guess, get a greenfield base hit. You'll love to see it with his 35 speed. Definitely realistic. You gotta love that. Yandy Diaz is up, and he is going to hit it up the middle. And it looks like... Is he going to throw... He actually gets him out at second. That happens so frequently, but we do get a run there. So it is now 5-6. Yancey is going to stay in for this inning and hopefully get us 1 more. They do get a runner on first base, but he does work himself out of the inning. So we are now on the top of the 8th. We need one of our lows to do something. Unfortunately, Josh Lowe is not that guy. Brandon Lowe picks up for the worst of the 2 lows and hits a base hit to opposite field. So we have 1 guy on base with 1 out. Decent speed. We could look to try to steal, but we are going to try to swing away. And unfortunately, he swings through that pitch. Danny Jansen is up, and he is going to fly out. So nothing happened for us. We have 1 more opportunity. We're going to bring in 1 more pitcher today because he is starting to get a bit tired. I want to end on a win so bad, but it just looks like our team is just not about that life. Unfortunately, Taj Bradley had a really bad struggle. So there's a triple there. You hate to see it. We'll go ahead and pitch around, see if that happens, but it flies out. So now we're down 2 runs. We're going to take out our frustration on Corey Seager. No mercy for that man. We had 2 outs there. And now we are into our last opportunity to get a base hit. So Jose is up. He's batting 258. He doesn't have any hits today, but we're going to give him a chance to get himself out. And so he's over 4 today. We're going to pinch hit for DeLuca and bring in Junior Caminero, even though his average is not that great. We're going to see if he's able to do anything. We'll throw him in center. It does not really matter. So he is going to ground out there to third base. So we are down to our last out. Chandler Simpson is up. He is going to keep the game alive with a base hit. So you love to see it. He's able to pump across some more steals for him. Okay. We're just gonna, I mean, it's not really worth the risk at this point. So we're just gonna let him swing away. It does not matter. Unfortunately, he lines right out to there. So we are on a bit of a losing streak. Hate to see it. We had a good time for a bit in this game, but Taj Bradley just really struggled. So before we leave this here, we're going to auto play into the next game. And if we're just looking at our steals, we're still first in baseball, but it's really just because Chandler Simpson, he is batting 395 this year, so he is on fire a ton. Our pitching is starting to really just kind of disappoint me. So we have Carlos Luna that's still suspended, Taj Bradley. He's young, but he struggled in the last game. He did well in his first game, but you know, we just kind of need a little bit more for our pitching. And you could argue that like it's poor management on my part for leaving him in for a bit too long, but at the same time, like you kind of expect a guy to be able to make it through 5 innings before absolutely collapsing. So don't really like to see that, but I think we might demote him down and bring Sal back up. He's batting 286 in Durham. Curtis Mead is actually popping off in AAA, so we're going to go ahead and generate the lineups. We might throw Curtis in there for a game, so we'll see if that is the case in the next video. But if you made it to this point, I appreciate it. I'll talk to you all in the next one. Peace.